first impressions from the first day in pads?
It was good. Good first day. We did a lot of live tackling and thought it was physical again. I mean, started a little sluggish and then, the competitive juices got flowing and thought they competed hard against each other and saw some good things in the scrimmage. Went about 30 plays live and, needed to see some of those running backs run and needed to see some of the guys tackle and thought it was physical and thought it was good. And, both quarterbacks were live and it's important to get those guys, hit once or twice, see how they respond, and they both move around pretty well, see how they can run the football, and thought they both did some good things.
What's your thought process behind just seeing those guys? Because you kind of know what you got with Jared, and you want to see what you got with them.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we got to make a decision on who the backup quarterback's going to be and start getting them a lot of reps, and so this is part of that process, and. We think they can add something to us by being able to run the football potentially, and so we want to see who can run it and who runs it the best. And when you're playing with a true freshman, sometimes you got to see how they respond to getting popped once or twice. And so we popped them, and they seemed like they responded okay.
And Trevor, are you a little worried when some of the guys do the extracurriculars like what Trevor did there?
No, not really. I mean, that's not worried about it. I mean, good thing is we're kind of past that, so we're good. We're good.
Either of the two quarterbacks stand out more than the other today?
We'll look at the tape. I mean, obviously, Luke led 2 scoring drives. And I think that's a positive. We'll look at the tape and some of that supporting cast. I mean, some of that depends on who they're playing against. All those are considerations that you make. But thought he ran the ball well. I thought Chase did some good things, ran it well at times too. And so, we'll go in, look at the tape, and see how it went.
Does Luke's ability to improvise there when it seemed like there was just no one when he found Kenny in the back of the end zone? Does that give him an edge that he can kind of make things up on the fly a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously. He's obviously been a very productive quarterback. I mean, that's the thing when you watched him in high school that stood out about him. He just, he completed a lot of passes and, made a lot of plays and made some with his feet and kept some plays alive and, did some good things. And we'll go in, like I said, take a look at it and he'll learn a lot. I think that the good thing is when they come out and they get to play in these live situations, I mean, they learn a lot. And both of their next times they come out and we do this again, they'll both perform at a higher level.
So kind of, with Cochran taking the majority of the first team snaps, is that just to give Adcock a rest because you'd been kind of
Yeah. We rested Chris today, and that was kind of the plan. I mean, he did some stuff early, as far as the individuals type stuff, but we didn't. We held him out of all the team stuff today just to give him a little bit of rest. Plus, we got to make sure that backup center position is solidified, and so it was good to get all those guys a lot of reps. We just wanted to see how they all responded.
Because Matt hasn't snapped against a live D line in quite some time.
Yeah, and I thought he did a great job snapping. I mean, I don't think he had any bad snaps, and thought our operation was pretty good. I mean, that's the thing. I thought we played very clean today. I was happy with the way. There wasn't a lot of penalties. Eric Brown fumbled one time, and we can't let that happen. We had a false start, can't let that happen. But for the most part, with a lot of young guys out there, I thought we played pretty clean.
Going back to young guys, the 2 running backs, Vic and Trey, they look pretty good today.
Yeah, I thought they both ran the ball well. The thing is, they particularly Trey catches the ball well coming out of the backfield. I think that's a good dimension, and the thing he does is exactly what we saw on film. I mean, he runs really good with low pad level, finishes runs well, and keeps his pads square to the line of scrimmage and feels his way through. And Vic, we need Vic to do what he did. We need him to run downhill, and so that's still a little bit of a work in progress at times. I mean, he's got to understand what he is, who he is, and get north and south and finish runs. And at times he did that today, and other times he's still trying to do a little too much.
How has Trevor Davis been able to kind of assert himself as one of the top receivers without having played a game yet?
Well, he's just been consistent. I mean, I think that's the thing you get from him. That's probably the most important thing a receiver can do is be in the right place at the right time, and he does that consistently. And the most important thing a guy can do is not make big plays. It's convert third downs and move the chains. And so he's done a good job of being in the right spot. Quarterbacks trust him, and and when he can move the chains, make first downs, and that's going to help our football team.
Was there a point last year with him on scout team when you realized
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty. We knew pretty quickly we were getting a good player. I mean, I think just the way he competed, was pretty telling. He was redshirting last year, and he came out to practice every day and worked as hard as he could, had a great attitude, and so just from that perspective, we thought we had something pretty good.
I mean, beyond being in the right place at the right time, is there something that he does well, or maybe that allows him to be in the right place?
Well, just consistently. I mean, just consistency. I mean, he's just he does what he's supposed to do, and has good ball skills and good toughness, and he just plays the position the way it's supposed to be played.
Are there any guys on defense that kind of stood out to you?
I thought we're gonna have to go and look at the tape. I thought Arthur Wainwright's again just kind of runs around and has a tendency to make some plays. I think both the safeties continue to impress. Mike Lowe and Steph McClure, both of them are guys that day in day out are getting better, triggering. Thought Pyatt made some plays on the football today, both in the scrimmage. Made some tackles, was pretty physical, reacted to some passes pretty well. Devontae Downs, again, is starting to make a little bit of a move. I'm glad to see him come on. He's a guy that's got the size and strength, and is playing a new position for him, but he's starting to develop, and so I'm pleased.
Nickerson took live first team reps for first time in a while. What do you think out of him?
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot. I mean, we'll go and look at the
Right.
tape, but he moved around well. I mean, that's the biggest thing with him is I think he's getting more confidence, and we just got to continue to work him back in.